Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm D. No robot voice today. I just want to run this question by you. Is Victarion truly as dumb as a stump? I'm asking this question because in an interview a few years back, George R. R. Martin calls Vic dumb as a stump, but I'm not sure if I agree with the statement, especially given the evidence provided in the books. I think this is just like fourth wall context being inserted into the books. A few days ago, I made this post on Reddit asking, hey, can someone please explain Victarion being dumb to me? Other than a few parts in the text, I don't see him being truly dumb as a stump. I think he's of average intelligence, especially for an Ironborn, but he's not stupid. These were the points I kept seeing repeatedly. Personally, I think he's just an average Ironborn. So who is Victarion? Victarion is Theon and Ash's uncle. He's the brother of Balon and Euron. He's cut from the show, but his storyline was given to Ash and Theon, so if you're a fan of the show only, this may go over your head. Victarion is described as a big man, a capable commander, and a fierce warrior in battle. He fears nothing, even drowning. He wears heavy plate armor even at sea, which is dangerous. This could be a hint at his intelligence, but then again, he's an Ironborn, and none of them fear drowning. These were a few other points in the books that are typically used to show how dumb he is, like the moment on the way to Marine where he makes a comment about sailing the Dothraki Sea. This is where people usually point out his stupidity, but I disagree. I think anyone who points this out as an explanation is picking at straws. They overlook the fact that Victarion is new to the region and doesn't know the geography. Whatever knowledge he has is off the coast. I understand why he makes these mistakes since it's a new place and these are new lands. The next point people tend to use is when he says all of Euron's gifts are poison, and then proceeds to take one of Euron's gifts into his service. The Dusky Woman is a mute that Euron gives Vic as a gift. It's hinted at that she's also poisoning his wounds after the battle with Talbot Seri, and that she's being warged by Euron himself. This, I think, is the most damning evidence of Euron, but I don't think it's that bad as people make it out to be. I know handful of characters in the books that would fall for her as well, like Robert Baratheon himself. I think he was way stupider than Victarion personally. He literally gets cucked by his wife, and everyone around him finds out before he does, and then he dies before he finds out by his wife. Like seriously? The next point that tends to be brought up is when he burns the boat full of bed slaves and sinks it in order to honor both gods. I don't think this is stupid either because he's fulfilling his promise to Makoro and the Red God while also honoring the Drowned God. He thinks it's fair to I think it's fair to say that anyone who survived the fire is going to drown. Thereby he's honoring two gods. It's pretty straightforward. The other point is that he's killing slaves on the way to see Daenerys, who's the breaker of chains. But he also killed entire boats full of slaves already. And the perfume boys, the sailors who could have been enslaving themselves, I don't think this is as big as a deal as made out to be. He's a religious man, and most of these killings could just be written off as religious stuff. The final part I saw being made is that he's gullible and easy to be manipulated. I think this is a fair assessment, but not completely true. This point is made in the context of Euron and the Red Priest Makoro, who he seems to trust right off the rip. But Makoro is a person that saves his arm from being amputated. He now has a constant reminder of this man's power on his arm that is burnt black and strong enough to kill a man. With the Euron part, we learn in the North that Vic is extremely loyal and follows his brother's orders, as questionable as they may be, to take Moat Cailin. Even when he, even though he agrees at first, he finds that the castle is a ruin and only worth having if you have the chronic men on your side. But but this builds the foundation that he is loyal to no matter what. He's like Stannis. He does his duty, and that's that. Personally, I think this kind of comments are a type of fourth wall breaking type of writing, outside the context of the story, and which are not truly supported by the story itself. What I'm proposing is that if George R. R. Martin didn't say Victarion was as dumb as a stump, a lot of people would just be commenting on him being just another character, just not as bright as this character, or just not as bright as that character, which I agree. But Victarion is he's one of the most confident and in powerful characters in the story. He commands one of the most powerful fleets in Westeros, and is the most capable fleet in Westeros. He's never been defeated other than by the Manus himself, the most competent commander in Westeros. Even Tywin Lannister takes Stannis as more of a serious threat than Robb, who at this point of the Blackwater still had not lost a battle. So personally, I just think it's not fair to call Vic as dumb as Stump by the author or by anyone else, especially when characters like Robert Baratheon were literally getting cucked by their wives in front of the entire council, who all knew. And then he died. He got killed because he was stupid to open his eyes while on a hunting trip. Hey everyone, don't forget that this was a post in the Free Folk subreddit. I had some quite interesting back and forth with some of the people here. Don't be afraid to go and put your input over there. And yeah, like, comment, and subscribe. Bye.